The finest 8th grade football players have ventured to the Sunshine State and West Orlando, Florida. As the fans flock into the historic Citrus Bowl, we welcome you in to the 2016 AYF XP National All-Star Game, powered by Under Armour. It's the cream of the crop as East versus West. And alongside football coaching Hall of Famer Joe Kersting, my name is Jeff Lowery. Welcome to APM Video Sports. We're certainly in store for a great game here today. You'll see some of the most outstanding players in the country. Great size, tremendous agility and speed, and these are quite honestly some of the smartest players in the country. This is the 9th annual event. The last 3 seasons it was played in Kersting, California. And the all-time series is at 4 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, with the advantage going to the East. Get a look at Khalid Brown, one of many talented players you will see here today. Rob Fisher, the head coach of the East, working on just a couple of practices, 2 days of practice, and they're hoping that they got all the plays in. And the intensity of Anthony Jordan, he'll lead the West. He's their head coach. So when we come back, we will visit with the president of the American Youth Football, Joe Galot, from sunny Orlando, Florida. This is the 2016 AYF National All-Star Game.
For us to come together with Under Armour and just 2 great organizations with AYF and then XP being in the center of that relationship, and us being able to bring all of our collective assets to the table to make this work, from doing our AYF experience camps to doing the 8th grade All-Star game, and the 8th grade All-Star game being connected to the Under Armour All-American game is such a powerful relationship, such a powerful partnership, that we're able to really take everything that each of us is doing in our own lanes and really bring it together and make it something truly special to be a part of.
You're talking about impressed. I mean, when I was in the 8th grade, I was about 6 feet, 140 pounds, and you look at some of these guys, look like they're in college, and they're fast, they're big, and you just can't believe that guys that are in the 8th grade, 13 and 14 years old, are as good as they are. And you just you sit back in an amazement. And you just say that these guys have such raw talent, and with the proper techniques and teaching them how to play this game, I mean, they're just going to be great coming on down the line. And you just say, like, man, they're so young, they're babies, but they love to play this game. And that's one of the things that kind of brought myself to this XP and AYF, to see these guys, teach them, and so they can have success.
Okay, with me now from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida, Joe Galot, the founder of American Youth Football. And Joe, these have been very exciting days for the league, and Under Armour's done a tremendous job in putting this on.
Yeah, we really appreciate the job that Under Armour's done. XP done a great job. Lamar Arrington has done a really good, solid camp system that worked up into the selection of these players, and we couldn't be happier.
You talk about playing in this venue, and I mean, the last 3 years we were in California, Home Depot Center, a great facility, but now you're getting into the big leagues here.
It certainly is. The Citrus Bowl has remarkably improved over the last couple of years, and since the last time we were here, I mean, it is a major facility now.
Talk about the relationship and the partnership with Under Armour and also XP, and how important it is for the future of American Youth Football.
The way we look at it is the off-season, we have what we call Camp AYF Experience, also with Under Armour as involved. And then what happens is the AYF All-Stars are selected through that process of attending the camps, the combines, and Under Armour has been very supportive, really taking good care of our youth, and we appreciate that, and hopefully we'll see them back in 4 years as Under Armour All-Americans.
How impressed are you with the kids playing this year?
I think the skill level goes up every year, just as the size goes up. It's incredible. Each year we say, well, it can't be any bigger. They get bigger. And we say they can't be any more skilled. They get more skilled. So I think it's a tribute to the young coaches out there, the youth coaches. Many of the coaches are involved in high school football as well. A good high school coach is going to make sure that the youth program is a feeder system to his.
And certainly this league exemplifies what a league should be run. You've got great people from D. Grayer all the way down. Too many people to mention right now. But the people that you have running this league, tremendous.
We have excellent people in both football and cheerleading. We couldn't be happier with the team we put together, and it's a tribute to them. We just kind of hold on and go for the ride.
Okay, Joe Galat, the founder of American Youth Football, joining us here Turfside in Orlando.
Citrus Bowl for the 9th annual American Youth Football 8th grade XP Under Armour All-Star Game. Let's introduce the AYC National All-Stars. Heather Mitchell, Madison Western, Brielle Philippe, Alexis Busby, Isabella Menchie, Sophie Fortunato, Courtney Carahuda, Jillian Grantham, Bridget Martinez, Michaela Lewis, Kyan Kim, Brianna Johnson, Stephanie Mullen, Julie Forlong, Chastity Kendrick, Maya Klingenberg, Aubrey Don, and Alyssa Mesmer. The staff, the general manager, Kelly Frazier, the head coach, Amy Butler, assisted by Tammy Gagne and Tara Carahuda. And now let's meet the AYF East All-Stars. Number 1, Zion Jackson. Number 2, Chris Tyree. 3, Khalid Brown. 4, Isaiah Connolly. Number 5, Sean Cousins. Number 6, Leroy Tucker. Number 7, CJ Duell. Number 8, Channing Purvis. Number 9, Twan Flip. Number 10, Kyle Moisan. Number 18, Akeem Rubin. Number 21, Jalen Williams. Number 22, Andre Johnson. Number 24, Kevin Bauman. Number 26, Trey Bowie. Number 28, Jonas Spanauer. Number 30, Dwayne Alec. Number 32, Michael Lukasevich. Number 34, Dominic Isola. Number 35, Omar Reyes. Number 36, Vladimir Rangel. Number 38, Seth Gregory. Number 45, Jordan White. Number 46, Gage Bowman. Number 48, Valtion Davis. Number 54, Javier Carter. Number 57, Alec Ambrosia. Number 75, Jose Diaz. Number 76, Anthony Jackson. And number 80, Abdul Largus. The East Staff General Manager, Lou Montanaro. Head Coach, Rob Fisher. Assisted by Tim Carrera, Mike Da Silva, Stefan Romero, Julian Pittman, Orlando Goods, and Bo Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the East All-Stars. And now let's meet the West All-Stars. Number 1, Marquez Buford Jr. Number 2, Shamar Howard. Number 3, Caden Thomas. Number 4, Lathan Ransom. Number 5, Nathan White. Number 6, Zion Alavojo. Number 7, Bryce Logan. Number 8, Bryce Young. Number 9, Brandon DeVoy. Number 10, Tommy Kusagos. Number 18, Andre Mayberry. Number 21, Bijan Robinson. Number 22, Caleb Jordan. Number 24, Brandon Smith. Number 25, Damian Sellers. Number 26, Jacob Kaminsky. Number 28, Elijah Elliott. Number 30, Travis Johnson. Number 32, Christopher Street. Number 34, Dean Neely. Number 35, Jakai Torres. Number 36, Octavius Thomas. Number 38, Andrew Reed. Number 45, Ty Kassan. Number 48, Gabriel Trevizio. Number 57, Timothy Price Jr. Number 61, Marcus Salazar. Number 66, Lady Avea. Number 72, Dondi Price. Number 75, Michael McGivney. And number 80, Logan Herman. The staff, General Manager Steve Marshall. Head Coach Anthony Jordan. Assisted by James McKinney, Pat Dubar, Lionel Gay, Doug DeFusco, Joe Trevizio, and Tim Hall.
Shannon Shine, the public address announcer. We had a chance before today's game to talk to both general managers and both head coaches.
Up and down the East Coast, so it's great to see players coming from different organizations, different parts of the area, and getting together as one team. You know, we have a short time to put together an offensive package, defensive package, and the special teams. And you know, it's always I'm always amazed at how fast the kids respond and how easy they are to, you know, acclimate to one another and become instant buddies.
It's about the experience. I'll be honest with you. I mean, everybody wants to win the game as a coach. This is my 22nd year in youth football, only youth football. You always want to win every game, but for this event, it's more about the experience. It's more about getting these kids together. We've had 2 days to put a practice together to get these guys going. All the coaches on the other team, we're good friends. We know each other's families. We want to compete against each other, but it's all about the experience.
Now we're back here with Under Armour, XP. I mean, it's been an incredible journey. I mean, the things they gave the kids and the coaches and just all the support, all their staff has been amazing and so helpful. And they've really made this a really special experience that I know our kids are going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Well, I would encourage you guys with this, man. Football will one day end. And if you become a wonderful father, great husband, and a productive citizen 10 years from now, then that's really what the victory was all about. I hope that we were able to give you something that helps you build upon that. And I bless you guys a lot. I hope you guys get a great opportunity in the days ahead as you go into high school. And maybe one day you'll be playing on this field right here as a National High School All-American. Bless you guys. Thank you.
Let's take a look at the team captains for the West team. In the red, Brandon DeVoy, number 9, Bijan Robinson, number 21. Marcus Salazar wears number 61, and Logan Herman is number 80. For the East, we come out in the blue, number 9, Twan Flip. Number 22, the hard runner, Andre Johnson. Ladamine Rangel wears number 36, and finally, Jameer Carter, number 54. This is the 9th annual event. The last 3 years was played out in Carson, California. We had 3 epic games, all decided by one possession. 3 years ago, we had a 30-30 tie. And then the last 2 seasons, just 2 truly outstanding games. And we're expecting a really good game here today. We really believe that these are 2 fairly evenly matched teams. The all-time series right now is 4 wins, 3 losses, and a tie in favor of the East. So if the West can come up with a victory here today, obviously that will tie the all-time series. So the East has elected to receive. The West will be kicking off. Joe Kersting, the Hall of Fame coach out of Glendale Community College, will be joining me for all the exciting play-by-play action. It's the 2016 AYF XP All-Star Game powered by Under Armour.
20 years ago, in
Well, you're getting a look at Dee Grayer, the American Youth Football National Commissioner. He and his entire staff have done a sensational job in putting this event together here from the Citrus Bowl, which opened in 1936. It holds about 60,000 people. At this time, let's bring in the Hall of Fame coach, Joe Kersting. And, Joe, you got to be impressed with what you've seen over the last couple of days with this 8th grade national all-star teams.
Well, a lot of great athletes, that's for sure, Jeff, and the size of these kids is amazing when you think they're only in 8th grade. You know, many of these players look like high school football players already, and the athleticism you're going to see here in a few minutes is outstanding for young men of this age.
Well, you got to look at Tommy Christakis. He'll be kicking off to Chris Tyree and Twan Flip. Two speed demons set deep, and we're ready to go. Christakis, without question, one of the top kickers in the nation, especially when you consider he is only in the 8th grade. This is a young man who has the ability to kick long field goals, but they go with a short pooch kick to start things off. One of the up men will bring it up across the 40 and wrapped up near the 41-yard line. Good coverage there by the Red West All-Stars and Elijah Elliott.
As you said, the red is the West, the East in blue here. They'll start on offense. They're going to feature an I formation attack in part of their approach, but they also will go with a forward wide receiver approach, and let's see what they do on the first series.
The quarterback is C.J. Duell, and he'll be handing off as they run it to the right side, and a tremendous job by Travis Johnson out of Murrieta, California, to make the stop for the Red West.
Yeah, Johnson is one of the D linemen in there. He's playing defensive tackle, left defensive tackle right now, and he just defeated the block of the offensive lineman and hit that play for no gain.
Well, we mentioned Duell at quarterback, Andre Johnson, Lukasevich, Cousins, Vargas, and Bowman, the skill position players as they go back to the ground attack, and this time they give for positive yards and a gain of 4 on the play as Andre Johnson gets the call here. Actually, that was number 4, Isaiah Connolly.
Yeah, Connolly made a really nice cutback. There wasn't anything at the point of attack, but he saw the cutback lane, made a nice little jump cut, and was able to pick up about 3 yards to bring up a 3rd and 7.
Working from the 43-yard line on 3rd and 7, Diaz Reyes, Gregory, Carter, and Ambrosia is the starting offensive line. The man in the middle, Seth Gregory. To the air as CJ rolls out. He'll fire downfield. It's intercepted at the red 37-yard line. There's a late flag coming in as the ball was picked off by Bryce Logan out of Aurora, Illinois.
Yeah, it looked like Logan made a nice play on the ball, but there might have been some contact prior to that, and I think that's what's going to be the call here, defensive pass interference on the West team, and it is.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll set up a first down. It's not an automatic first down. And that puts the Eastern All-Stars inside West territory for the first time on this opening drive. From the 42-yard line, and this play blown up at the line of scrimmage, Donde Price out of Detroit, Michigan, with probably the premier play so far on this opening series. And you got an injured player in the left tackle, or the left guard, I should say, and Jose Diaz with 9:50 to go in the first.
Well, Price, a big physical young man, blew that play up right from the get-go, and it looks like number 75 there, Diaz, is limping off the field. That's not a good sign for that young man, and you hate to see that at any level of football, but especially with this youth football.
So it brings up second down. No gain on that last play. And now the ball comes loose. Bad exchange between the quarterback and the running back. And the ball is recovered by the Red All-Stars, Dean Neely.
Well, they had a nice little misdirection play there, a little counter play to the left. They had a seam, and unfortunately a bad execution of the handoff, the mesh point between the quarterback and tailback. And Neely jumped on that ball and actually had a chance to pick it up and go with it, but his knee was on the ground.
You're watching the 2016 XP AYF 8th grade National All-Star Game. Stringing this play out beautifully is the East defense led by Zion Jackson, and then what about Leroy Tucker lowering the Thunder on that play, and a great finish.
Yeah, nice job by Tucker getting off the block and hitting that one for a loss on the fly motion sweep. I was surprised they didn't call offsides on that. It looked like they had some movement on the D line of the blue, but must not gotten into the neutral zone.
So now from the 41, second down and 13. Nice weaving run here into the secondary up to the 46-yard line, and a nice run that will net them about 7 on the play. And the ball carrier, Christopher Street.
Well, Street made, as you said, made a very nice cut in there in the middle of the line, able to pick up a few yards there, and that brings up a reasonable 3rd and 8.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 46. Bryce Young, the quarterback. Smith, Thomas, Street, Buford, and Alafozio are the skill position players, and now going to work here is Brandon Smith, and he is a bruising back as he barrels his way up to midfield, where he's wrapped up by Molman out of Jackson, New Jersey. And number 9, Twan Flip from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, it brings up a 4th and about 4, and they're in an offensive formation here, so it looks like they're going to go for it here in 4th and 4.
So Young, that quarterback, no score, first quarter action, first possession of the game for the Red. The blitz was on. It looked as if they picked it up well, but then Moisen got in there and smothered the quarterback for a loss. A flag is down on the play here on 4th down coming up.
Well, I think that we're in an illegal formation there. It looked like there was only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. In the trips formation, none of those receivers was up on the ball. And so that's probably going to get declined and turnover on downs. Big opportunity for the East offense now.
So they will start from the 40-yard line inside West territory, their second possession. We're in a scoreless tie coming to you from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Game time temperature 72 degrees, and a good job of stretching out that play with his legs as a quarterback and finding Ballman, who is going to really impress you in this day. I'll tell you what, he is a younger, smaller version, as we got a penalty on the play, of a New England tight end named Gronkowski. The Gronkowski references have been made all week long for this young man, Kevin Ballman.
The 8th grade Gronkowski. Wow. Little holding on that play. The quarterback had some room to run, and the reason he did is when his offensive lineman grabbed on and held a defensive end there.
And a big-time play for the second time in this game. Travis Johnson out of Murrieta, California, blew him up in the backfield, and they continue to go backwards, does the East offense.
Johnson, a rangy guy for his age, and very good mobility for his size and age.
From their own 38-yard line, 2nd down and 22 here, and the run goes to the near side. This is Khalid Brown, and he's going to be dropped by Nathan White, and they just continue to make big plays on defense. Marcus Buford Jr. out of Illinois also on the play.
You know, a lot of young backs and receivers are used to outrunning people at their age group, but with all-stars, you don't outrun them very often.
So 3rd and a multitude here for the East. Trying to get some of that yardage back. In trouble is the quarterback Brown, and he had to throw it away. And the great pursuit by the defense, it was truly relentless. Anthony Jordan, the head coach of the West All-Stars, and now you got a couple back to receive this kickoff, including number 24, Brandon Smith, awaiting the ensuing punt.
Yeah, we got a spread formation here, and we'll see what kind of protection they can provide for their punter. Difficult thing to do at this late age level.
Joe Spano. Nice punt. That one goes 36 yards, and what a job on special teams. Channing Purvis got down there with lightning-like swiftness, and we are scoreless. Second possession coming up here for the Blue.
Well, in that spread formation, you have a great chance to get your gunners down the field, and that's what happened on that play. An excellent punt and an outstanding tackle there by Purvis in the open field.
Trips left, and it looks like the East just jumped off sides.
Well, they did the little hard count there. That quarterback from Green Bay pulls that off all the time, but they can pull it off here in the 8th grade level too.
4 minutes and 53 seconds left to go. Opening quarter of play of this 2016 AYF National All-Star Game. They'll get it around the edge and very close to the first down. In fact, he did pick up the first down, a gain of close to 7 yards for the West All-Stars in the red uniform.
And that was the best execution of any running play we've seen so far in this game. Great job of reach blocking by the play side, offensive lineman, and the slot receiver there, able to pick up a nice gain on 1st and 5.
So that moves the ball up to the 44, first down and 10. 0-0 tie here in the first quarter. Here's a quick middle screen and cutting it up. Buford Jr. inside the 40-yard line and finally wrestled down near the 39 by Akeem Rubin, but not before. He picks up 17 yards and a West first down.
Great design on that play out of the trips formation, bringing the wide receiver underneath in the middle screen, and an excellent job by the offensive line providing blocking down the field.
Bryce Young at quarterback. He'll send Buford Jr., who just made that run, fake the fly sweep, fake the counter. He has to scramble out, looking downfield. He's going to take off with it, and actually out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that's a quarterback sack. But it was great pursuit by Leroy Tucker, his second tackle, and a gain of 1.
Well, Young showed really good athleticism to avoid the rush, but I'd like to see him keep 2 hands on that ball to keep more ball security.
Inside handoff it goes. This time they get it down to the 40, the 35-yard line. And we're seeing some big plays on defense from both teams here in the early stages. And Leroy Tucker's already made a name for himself, number 6 for the Blue.
Critical 3rd and 5 here for the West All-Stars.
3rd down, and they go counter. And they'll run it to the near side and take it down to the 28, Elijah Elliott, and move the chains, first down.
Well, really nice job there by the motion man, Marquez Buford Jr., coming and cracking on the defensive end to allow them to get to the perimeter of the defense.
So the West All-Stars with the ball, 0-0 tie, first quarter action, and a good effort. He bounced off one defender right at the point of attack and then takes it straight ahead. Christopher Street, he got tripped up near the line of scrimmage, but ends up getting a good 6 or 7 on the play.
Great balance by Street there of hitting the hole, nice cutback. He's not a back that's looking to run to the sideline. He does a nice job getting that thing north and south. And timeout here by the Red, as they are setting themselves up to get the first score.
Anthony Jordan, the head coach of the West, assisted by James McKinney, Pat Dubar, Lionel Gay, Doug DeFusco, Joe Trevisillo, and Tim Hall. And the general manager is Steve Marshall. So 2nd down after a gain of 6. It's 2nd down and 4. We are scoreless first quarter, and that's going to give the West a fresh set of downs, offsides on the defense.
Well, they used a hard count again, and maybe what we call a freeze play where you actually don't have a play called, see if they'll jump, and then call the play after your second set of signals.
And now we got another penalty. We talked about the lack of practice time, and maybe that's proved evident here. We've seen a lot of penalties in this last series.
Well, defensive line being in the neutral zone, that's inexcusable. You've got to be disciplined and be watching that football and not going on the sound. As defensive players, you don't work off sound. You work off movement of the ball, movement of the man you're covering or whatever.
So it brings up 1st down and 5. They're going to run it. Sweep it out to the left side. Looked like a face mask in there, and there's the flag. It was a great job of stringing the play out on the defensive side, but looks like maybe Tucker or one of the players over there, might have been Zion Jackson, who got a part of the face mask.
Well, Jackson did a beautiful job of keeping containment on that fly motion sweep. He kept it outside in and did a really nice job of making the tackle. But as you say, it looks like we might have an inadvertent face mask in the 5 yards, which will help that Red offense, bringing up a 1st and 8.
Ball resting right at the 15-yard line. To the air is Young. He fires towards the end zone, and there was contact prior to the ball getting there, and the pass is incomplete. He tried to hook up with Alifozio, who is one of the most talented receivers you will see in this game here today. So now you're looking at a second down and roughly 8. No score, first quarter action. Young again out of the shotgun, slips at the 25, and down he goes. An easy sack for Jordan White of the Blue East.
Well, that time the East just brought a 5-man pressure. The play before they brought 6, and that's what forced Young to throw early. But on that play, 5-man pressure got to him in a hurry, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long and really hurt their chances of getting on the board first.
3rd and 17, all the way back to the 25. Young being pressured from both sides, gets out of trouble, fires downfield. It's incomplete. That may set up a field goal situation here. We talked about the range that Tommy Christakos has, and this is going to be roughly a 42-yard attempt.
Well, they can use the tee here at this level, same as high school level, so he has that advantage going for him. Let's see what kind of protection, snap, and hold he gets for this big-legged Christakos.
Caleb Jordan is the holder, and the kick is on its way, and he nailed it. Are you kidding me?
Jeff, that would have been good from 52 yards.
Absolutely.
What a kick by that young man.
A 42-yarder by Tommy Christakos out of Scottsdale, Arizona. He played in the state championship game this year for the Phoenix Storm with 26 seconds left to go. He's put his team on the board.
Well, you kind of thought that when they stalled out there inside the red zone that they'd probably go for it on 4th down, but what a asset to have on your team, an 8th grader that can kick 42-yard field goals.
Joe, I really believe that may have been good from about 55.
Yeah, easily.
That ball landed about 12, maybe 15 feet up on the screen. That's 10 yards behind the goalpost. And here on special teams, Buford Jr., that's a big-time play right there.
Let's see if the blue team here can put some consistency together with their offense and move this ball down the field.
So a 3-0 lead here for the West All-Stars. We're in the first quarter of play. You're watching the 2016 XP AYF 8th grade National All-Star Game powered by Under Armour. And sponsored by Extreme Precision, better known as XP. Inside handoff. West All-Stars did a nice job, but the second effort, the back pedal run there by their running back, Isaiah Connolly, actually picks up about 6 on the play.
Yeah, he showed great determination on that run. There wasn't much there. It looked like it was going to be 1 yard or no gain, and he picks up 6.
That's the end of quarter number 1. The West leads the East 3-0. A 42-yard field goal by the West All-Stars Tommy Christakos with 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter has given this game its only score. 3-0 Red on top. East coming out in the blue, and they're running the ball left side. Johnson has it, and he's very close to a first down. He'll be about a yard shy after a gain of 3 on the play. It's still a good, strong defense from the Red. Bryce Logan leading the charge.
I really like the pursuit there by the Red defense that time, but great job of running by Johnson to present they gave him the first down, evidently.
Wow. A very generous spot. And now the West defense has jumped offsides. I believe that's our 3rd offsides penalty in this game, and we're barely into quarter number 2.
Both teams using that long count and able to create 5 yards for themselves with that opportunity.
So now the East comes out in the I formation. They'll give to the tailback, just a quick play straight ahead. And Nathan White, fighting off a block, wraps him up, no gain on the play.
Yeah, really nice job by White. He read that play very quickly and was able to hit the back right at the line of scrimmage. The back fell about a yard forward for 1 yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
3-0 lead. West All-Stars on top in this 9th annual AYF champion National All-Star Game, and 66, that's Lingy Havea. A big body on the trench warfare for this West defense, and he got in there and made a fine play.
Well, right now so far in the game, Jeff, what you're seeing is more of a dominance in the defensive lines. And playing offensive line is one of the most challenging things to do, both in the run game and the pass protection. So we'll see if that improves as the game goes on.
Long pass near side and overshot. Leroy Tucker playing both ways here today, number 6 for the Blue. That'll bring up a 4th down, and that'll bring Joe Spano, not to be confused with the television star from Hill Street Blues. Remember, I know you remember Hill Street Blues.
Oh, I remember Hill Street Blues. I do, but I don't remember the actor.
Well, there's the American Youth Cheer, AYC cheerleaders. They lost one of the girls to an ankle injury yesterday morning, so they had to do some juggling, much like you coaches have to do from time to time. And so we will see them perform not only at halftime, and we invite you to stay with us at halftime for our XP Under Armour halftime show. 9:35 left to go. The West on top 3-0 alongside Joe Kersting, Jeff Lowery, APN Video Sports. West getting a 42-yard field goal on their last possession from Tommy Christakos. It probably would have been good from at least 52, maybe as far as 55. We got a penalty on false start against the offense, so they'll be looking at a 1st and 15.
Well, the West is coming out of a 3-back formation right now. Let's see what kind of wrinkle they put in the offense with this approach.
They will try to go with a counter play, and getting into the backfield was Gage Bowman.
It looked like Bowman was totally unblocked on that play. He was in there so fast, number 46, Gage Bowman, that he just blew that thing up before it ever had a chance to go in.
Unabated to the ball carrier was Molman. He's out of Jackson, New Jersey, and I'll tell you what, we've already seen a defensive highlight reel through the first quarter plus. Set up the quick screen to the near side, and now the power back, Brandon Smith, all the way down to the east 35-yard line.
Well, they went to that tight formation with no wide receivers, and they just took the running back, Bowman, and just swung him to their left, and there was nobody there. The corner went deep with the wide receiver, and there was no outside linebacker in position to make the tackle.
Dean Neely is down, shaken up on that last play. With 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go from the Citrus Bowl. Recently made $207 million in renovations, and this is a beautiful facility now. Of course, yesterday the Citrus Bowl was played here between Michigan and Florida. Michigan, out of the Big Ten, defeated Florida 41-7. Fortunately for Florida fans, they didn't have very far to drive as they sulked all the way back after getting beat by the Wolverines yesterday. But today it's home to the AYF XP 8th grade National All-Star Game. Of course, earlier today, Under Armour's All-American High School game was played here. And special thanks to Under Armour as we look at 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground, running left. And this is Smith again down to the 25-yard line. Good run there, wrapped up by a very busy Leroy Tucker.
He's a fine-looking running back, that Brandon Smith. We showed his ability to catch the ball on the swing pass a little earlier, and a really nice job of running inside on the misdirection play that particular time.
So you got both Street and Brandon Smith in the backfield. We got a whistle, a stop and play, and that's going to be a timeout for the West. So it's still a 3-0 lead, a very low-scoring first half. Again, we talked about the lack of preparation these two teams have had. Only roughly 7 or 8 hours of actual practice time. As now 3rd down and 2 here for the Red West All-Stars as they lead 3-0. Blue look like they may have jumped off sides. They run another counter, and Brandon Smith is going to be close to a 1st down.
Handoff goes to 24, Brandon Smith.
Yeah, it's hard to tell by the spot on this one, and it looks like he did get the 1st down, so a nice job by the offensive line of coming off the ball and Smith getting his pads down and picking up that crucial extra yard.
Bryce Young back at quarterback, out of the shotgun. And he'll throw it, and in the flats, Tucker again. And boy, this young man's having a big, big first half for this Blue East defense.
Well, that time they were in wide receiver formation, so they had the outside linebacker in position, Tucker, that time, and they ran the swing route, and he was right there to see it all right in front of him. Really nice break on the football.
So that brings up second down and 16. East All-Stars, a 42-yard field goal back in the first quarter. It's been the only score. Young throws, and it was knocked down at the last instant. And Andre Johnson came flying out of nowhere. He must have a big old S underneath that uniform.
I'll tell you what, I saw Smith go in motion, and nobody went with him initially, and there was a bullet of a pass thrown there by Young, the quarterback, but Johnson came out of nowhere, like you said, to bat that ball away.
They got trips left on third down and 16. Young with time, and he fires complete, but Zion Jackson was right there at the 34-yard line to make the tackle of Caden Thomas.
Yeah, another nice job in coverage there by Zion Jackson, and excellent form tackle driving the receiver to the ground.
So they will redo third down because of the penalty. 3-0 lead for the West All-Stars, but now facing a third down and 21. Young to the air again with time, and he's going to overshoot his intended target, who was into the end zone, and that was Zion Alafozio.
Well, beautifully thrown ball there by Young. He showed a great arm strength on that ball right there, delivering it from about the 40-yard line. That ball was in the air well over 40 yards.
So on fourth down, they are going to go for it here on 4th and 21. Young in trouble. He lost his footing at the 45, and down he goes. It was the great pursuit from the North Carolina veteran, Twan Flip.
Flip got in there with untouched. Nobody picked him up on the blitz. They had the running back go in motion to the wide side of the field, and there was nobody to pick him up, and he got great pressure on the quarterback.
Well, we gave you the coaches for the West. Rob Fisher and his first year as head coach of the East. Lou Montanaro, the general manager. Coach Carrera, De Silva, Romero, Pittman, Goods, and Evans. First down and 10 for the East. It seems like they have not had the ball for quite a while. And running straight ahead, and yet another tackle for Nathan White, one of the top athletes in the West. Check that, number 6. That was Zion getting in there, coming out of the game. So second down coming up. You see that big offensive front line. Second down and 6. They need to get to the 46 of the West for the first down, and they will on this keeper by Brown. Khalid Brown running straight ahead out of Richmond, Virginia.
Well, looks like we're going to get a little of that. Khalid's coming out of the game right now, but I was going to say the zone read type of approach with Brown at quarterback, because he did a nice job on both of those runs to pick up good yardage in the first down.
3-0 West. They're on defense. Here's a delayed handoff, and they made them pay for it. A negative yardage play. The defense led by Damian Sellers.
Well, great penetration by Sellers on that play. No blocking at the point of attack, and I don't care how good a back you are. It's tough to get going when you get hit as you get your handoff.
So it brings up second down. It's second down and 13 after a loss of 3. Brown working out of the shotgun. He looks over the middle, now looks left. He fires it to the other side of the field, and it's broken up by Marquise Buford. Incomplete as the intended target, Abdul Vargas, a very talented receiver out of Massachusetts.
Buford did a really nice job of going up high for that ball and got 2 hands on it, almost intercepted it, but a great job of defending that play.
And they're going to the same spot, and this time the tight end, Kevin Ballman, makes the catch. Threw it over the wrong shoulder and was able to corral it.
Yeah, well, the West team that time came out in press man coverage, and that was the slot receiver that was able to work up the sideline there. And a great throw and catch by Dominic Isola, and excellent play for the Blue.
High snap. Brown was able to corral it but could not get away in the immediate presence of one big 57, Timothy Price Jr.
Price Jr. made a really nice play on that. Unfortunately for the Blue, it had a high snap and threw off the timing of that play.
Second down and 11 from the 29-yard line. 3-0 lead for the West. Brown to the air, lofts it up to the near side, and he's going to find Ballman, who battles for the pylon, and he's got the touchdown. How about that from 29 yards out from Brown?
Yeah, Kevin Ballman really showed great athleticism there, high pointing that ball, taking it away from the defender. Nice job by Brown, putting it up high to his tall receiver, and a big score for the Blue, first touchdown of this 8th grade All-Star game.
Well, he's getting congratulatory high fives and handshakes from his entire team, and now Kevin Ballman will be the holder here. Joe Spano in. This is a 2-point conversion at this level, and the kick may have been partially deflected, but he was able to get it anyway. And that'll make it an 8-3 lead. Now, there is a flag down near the 11-yard line. And this is our first lead change of the contest, 8-3 here, late stages of the first half. All right, they'll assess that penalty with 1:35 left to go here in the first half on the kickoff.
Well, that'll bring that ball up to the plus 45-yard line on this kickoff. So we'll see what the strategy is here for the Blue team. This is a good opportunity to possibly onside or blue kick this ball to try to gain another possession before the end of the half.
And that's exactly what they do. And the ball comes loose. And I do believe the East has it, and they do.
Well, I think that was great strategy there by the East team. Excellent decision, and Isaiah Conley got on that football. An excellent kick there by Spano on the onside kick toward the short side of the field, and this puts him in position with only 1:31 to go to get another score on the board.
So a big play there by special teams. C.J. Duell now has checked back in at quarterback. And he's going to the air, and he'll loft it to the near side, and the ball is broken up incomplete. Ballman, the intended target, and it was broken up by the Illinois native Bryce Logan.
Well, I'm not sure how tall Bryce Logan is, but I'm guessing about 5'7", 5'8", and that receiver Ballman has probably got about 5 or 6 inches on him.
Second down and 10. CJ throws it, and slightly behind his intended target, Sean Cousins. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now for the East All-Stars.
CJ's down on the ground right now. Unfortunately, I was just going to comment that he has shown really good arm strength on both of those last 2 balls, one deep ball and one on the seam route. But unfortunately, CJ's down, and we hope he's able to come back in the game a little bit later today.
Well, we watched him in practice this week, and the footwork, just incredible for an 8th grader. It's 3rd and 10 now. Brown back in at quarterback, lofts it to the far side, and Vargas. Wrong shoulder catch. Was somehow able to corral it, and the young man out of New Bedford, Massachusetts, another circus play in this 2016 National All-Star Game.
Well, they had great coverage on him on that play. That's the only place that Brown could have placed that ball to be caught by his receiver, and he put it right there, and an excellent catch by Vargas.
22-yard pass play, and now puts the East in goal-to-go situation. Rob Fisher, the head coach, on the right side of the screen. 36 seconds left to play.
It looked like they were a man short in that formation there. They had an I formation with 2 tight ends, but no receiver in the game, and so they used their timeout right there. Now we're going to go with a full house or a power I type of formation with 3 backs behind the quarterback.
Khalid Brown out of Richmond, Virginia, on what could have been a broken play, rolls out to the near side, and going up and making the catch in the end zone is Kevin Ballman, his 2nd touchdown of the contest.
Well, I'll tell you what, either Khalid Brown has been very well coached for this game, or he understands that he's got a special receiver in Mr. Bauman. If you put it up high, he'll go up and get it for you in the end zone, and a beautiful throw and catch to put that 6 points up on the board.
So Joe Spano back in, and Ballman is the holder again. Kick is up, and he is 2 for 2 from 2-point range. That makes it 16-3, and it's kind of funny. We could hear some of the fans below us here at the Citrus Bowl saying, you can hear the Gronkowski references, and certainly we mean that in a complimentary sense. This time they kick this one away, and this one's going to go out of play. Let's see if they'll take this at the 35. They're going to make them line up again.
Yeah, I think that's good strategy on the part of the West team to make them kick it again. They got dangerous return men back there. Let's see if they can get a good long kickoff return put together.
This one's going to be fielded back at the 13-yard line. Race it up the middle of the field. And about an 18-yard return. And it looked like that was Elijah Elliott on the return. And Elliott will stay in the game. Just a few seconds left to play. Time for maybe 2 more snaps of the ball. And they'll set up a middle screen here, and they're not going to get much. As Kyle Moison was in there, number 10, 45, Jordan White.
Yeah, Jordan White really read that well off the middle screen, inside screen, and that's going to be the end of the half.
With the score 16-3, East All-Stars lead it. Stay tuned for the AYC halftime show, sponsored by XP. Can you imagine a football game without cheerleaders? American Youth Cheer is an integral part of American youth football. But what most people don't realize is how much preparation and dedication is required from the thousands of American youth cheerleaders and their coaches.
5, 6, 7, 8, jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
For nearly a decade, American youth football has honored their cheerleaders by putting them front and center at their annual National All-Star Game.
These fantastic young ladies were selected through an application process by National. They were selected based on their ability to demonstrate the 4 pillars of AYC, which is servant leadership, responsibility, respect, and their scholastic achievements. We are so fortunate to have Under Armour as our sponsor, who have provided amazing accommodations, incredible swag, and the red carpet treatment for our young ladies. We are spending 3 great days here in Orlando, Florida, preparing for the All-Star Games. Our young ladies will go out and perform and really enjoy this time here in Orlando, Florida. Part of this experience is getting to meet the other young ladies from across our nation. They get to work with exceptional coaches and train with a fantastic choreographer to perform at the All-Star Games. Our AYC All-Star team have worked incredibly hard to not only get here, but to learn the different routines that we have. They had to prepare at home before they came to this experience, and they've been working round the clock here in Orlando, Florida, to put together a spectacular performance for you on Saturday. We can't wait to see what they have in store for us.
2, 3. AYC National All-Stars.
My name is Alyssa Messmer. I'm on the South Lake Cowboys Southeast region, and I'm with CFYFL.
Julia Furlong, New England Region, Central Mass, Littleton Tigers.
Maya Klingenberg, Southeast Region, CFYFL, South Lake Cowboys.
Courtney Huda, Big East Region, Jersey Shore, and Thompson Readers.
Callie Ann Kim, New England Region, Blackstone Valley, CLCF Chiefs.
Chastity Glenn, Southeast Region, Lake Mary Sanford Dolphins, CFYFL.
Aubrey Dane, Southeast Region, CFYFL, Lake Mary Sanford Dolphins.
Brianna Johnson, New England Region, Connecticut North Packers.
Caleb Lewis, New England Region, Connecticut North Packers.
Stephanie Mullen, New England Region, Littleton Tigers.
Alexis Busby, Big East, Jersey Shore Region, Hunterdon Huskies.
Jillian Grantham, Big East Region, Jersey Shore, Hunterdon Huskies.
Sophie Fortunato, Big East Region, Jersey Shore, Jackson Jaguars.
Madison Western, I'm not in the Big East. Madison Western Atlantic Region, Bethas, Fauquier Lady Wolfpack.
Bella Menchie, Big East Region, Jersey Shore, Hunterdon Huskies.
Brielle Philippe.
Gosh, 1 second.
Brielle Philippe, Atlantic Region, Betha, Fauquier Lady Wolfpack.
Bridget Martinez, Big East, Jersey Shore, and Jackson Jaguars.
Heather Mitchell, Atlantic Region, Caruso Raiders.
Amy Benjamin, Head Coach, AYC All-Stars, New England Region, Ansonia Coppers.
Tammy Gagney, AYC National Cheer Commissioner.
Assistant Coach, AYC All-Stars, Tara Carahuda from the Big East, Jersey Shore, Tom River Raiders.
Kelly Frazier, General Manager for the 2016 AYC All-Stars from Atlantic Region, Bethas, Fauquier Lady Wolfpack. I am proud to introduce you to this year's 2016 AYC National All-Star Team.
And let's hear it for the AYC National All-Stars.
Back at the Citrus Bowl, we're in Orlando, Florida for the 2016 XPAYF 8th grade National All-Star Game powered by Under Armour. Looks like the East will be kicking off to the West, the East in the blue. Joe Spano puts a charge into this one, and it's going to be dropped near the 15-yard line, picked up near the 12. Here's the return by Torres, and he is going to be dropped on some outstanding coverage. Isaiah Connolly getting back there with tremendous quickness in the second half of this game is underway with the East leading 16-3.
Well, we got to see if that West team can put a drive together. They've been very consistent offensively. The defensive front has been dominating for the blue team so far, and we'll see what happens early the second half.
So from their own 19-yard line, and there was a little confusion in the backfield, and the blue made them pay, led by Jordan White. Big 45 leading the charge in there, and also in on the play was Twan Flip out of North Carolina.
I couldn't tell if that was a designed run to the left and they just missed the handoff or if there was supposed to be a quarterback keeper, but either way, you called it just right. Jordan White was in there with great penetration. Big mobile defensive end for the East All-Stars.
And a big possession here in this game as they run the counter. And they've run this play a couple of times with Brandon Smith, who had a nice little cutback move, and he's brought down by Ladamine Rangel.
Well, I like that back Smith. He's shown the most production so far in the first half and that play of the second half for the red team. And we'll see if he'll figure into more action as we go further the second half.
So a gain of 4 on the play. Now brings up a third down and a long 8 here for the West All-Stars, who took a 3-0 lead on a 42-yard field goal at the end of the first quarter of play by Christakos. False start's going to move them back 5 to the 13, and now looking at a third and about 13, working inside their own territory. But then the East All-Stars put together 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, and coming in like a missile, dropping the quarterback, Twan Flip. A tremendous play as the East All-Stars will be getting the ball back and should get back with good field position.
Well, the West was trying to set up a wide receiver screen that time, and so the offensive line did not block hardly anybody, and the receiver was covered, and that allowed that defensive front to get a big hit on the quarterback.
Christakos with a 42-yard field goal earlier corrals the low snap. He gets good hang time on this one, but it's a very short kick. In fact, it takes a bad hop, and that may actually go for negative yards.
That's going to present tremendous field position here for the East All-Stars at the 15-yard line, and we'll see how they come out this second half. The first half, it was the Khalid Brown to Kevin Bauman show for their 2 touchdowns, but now they're going to be in the power I formation with the other young quarterback Duell back in the game. That's good to see him back in there. He got injured earlier in the first half.
So we've got a timeout on the field, and I think the West wants to talk this over. Steve Marshall's the general manager, but he's a very active coach, brings a lot of energy. You saw him in our pregame show. And now the 2 teams back onto the field. First down and 10 from the 15. They'll run it left side. Andre Johnson, good for 3. Initially hit by Mayberry. Andre Mayberry out of the Phoenix area, one of the outstanding young players in the Valley of the Sun. And it's good for a gain of 4.
Well, they're back in the power I again, and this is a great formation for run and play action pass.
CJ, quick handoff to Flip. And I'll tell you, it doesn't get much better than Nathan White there. That's a sensational solo tackle between the tackles. You don't see that very often, and it took a lot of athleticism to make that play.
Yeah, White's a stack linebacker over that left defensive end. Did a nice job, and now he's reading the play-action pass.
And he throws into the end zone, and this is the 3rd touchdown of the day for Kevin Bowman from C.J. Duell.
Well, Duell put that ball on a line shot right between the 2 and the 4 on Bauman's jersey, and that big target brought it in beautifully with both hands for the touchdown.
Spano, who has scored 4 points with his 2 two-point conversions, and this kick is good. That makes it a score of 24-3. We're in the 3rd quarter of the 2016 AYF National All-Star Game, sponsored by Extreme Precision, XP, and powered by Under Armour. 7:49 left to go here in the 3rd. And what a pass play duel. We talked about the footwork. We saw it in practice all week. This is a kid that has the composure of a senior in high school. And he looked great on that pass, and it was a spectacular catch by Kevin Bowman, his 3rd of the day. And now the East, just sensing they've got all the momentum in this game, Trey Bowie was in on the play on special teams.
Well, this is difficult for young men of this age. You know, you're talking about 14-year-olds, 13, 14-year-olds, and playing at a very, stressful circumstance in an all-star game, a national all-star game. Let's see if they kind of composure they can keep and put this drive together for the Red West team here.
They come out running and try to run between the tackles, and they're not going to get far.
24, Brandon Smith on the carry.
Big 45, Jordan White. We're calling his name out on a regular basis in this game.
You got to talk about that defensive front for the blue team. That's where the game has been won so far. Other than the passing attack of their offense, defensively, this is where the blue team has really dominated the line of scrimmage.
And Meltion Davis, number 48, also leading the charge on that defensive wall. Second down coming up here. They'll run a counter to the right side, and this is Street still battling as he gets it inside or up to the 42-yard line.
Well, that was a great run there by the young running back to get to the outside, showed great balance and quickness to get to the edge of the defense, did Christopher Street.
East trailing 24-3 as we play here in quarter number 3. Working out of the shotgun is Young. And handing off to Logan. Logan gets the edge, and he's up to midfield at the 49-yard line, where he's going to be wrapped up by Jackson. And also on the play, Joe Spano, the kicker.
A much better job by the offensive line that time of the West to create some space for the running back. And if they can keep doing that, they can keep this drive alive and get back into the game.
And how important is this possession? After going up 3-0 in the first quarter, they've given up 24 unanswered points, trailing 24-3, and a quick screen pass out to Elliott, and Elliott is inside the 40, inside East territory, where he's pushed out of bounds at the 35. That's a 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice throw and run there to Elliott on a little swing pass to the right, and that puts him in plus territory at the 35.
Now they come the other way, and Buford should have cut it back up and is going to be dropped near the 31-yard line, and Zion Jackson continues to make plays.
Yeah, really well blocked play that time, and unfortunately for the young running back, Buford did not get square to the line of scrimmage to see the cutback. He had a huge cutback hole there that could have been a big, big run.
Also in on the play was Anthony Jackson. They give him forward progress. Here on second down, a big power run over the right side, and Bryce Logan has a first down.
See, now the difference on that play with Bryce Logan, got his numbers square to the line of scrimmage, was able to see the cutback lane, and made a beautiful cut and picked up a nice first down.
9-yard pickup on the play. They're in a no-huddle, not necessarily a hurry-up, but a no-huddle offense here. They'll work out of the shotgun, and they're going to run the counter. And Elliott can sniff out that first down, and he dives to the 10, and he's got the first down. A gain of close to 12 yards for Elliott.
Well, Jeff, the last 4 or 5 plays have been the best execution we've seen all day long from this Red offense. And if they can keep doing this, they got a great chance to get back into this football game. There's plenty of talent out there. You can see that. Okay, now it's just a matter of continuous execution.
Looks like they're mixing in that option read at times. This time they go straight counter with Brandon Smith, and he didn't get much. Meltion Davis, and also number 30, Dwayne Alec. And that gets them down to the 10, a gain of 1. So second down and 9. Big possession here for the West. They trail 24-3. We're in the third quarter. And Young to the air, and he'll dump it off to Smith, who made the catch near the 12, continues to fight, and he's down to the 6-yard line. That was some tough running just for 4 yards.
And Dwayne Alec did a great job there of pursuing for the East team, getting in on that tackle and driving the big back, Smith, backwards.
So a big third down play here for Bryce Young, the quarterback of the West All-Stars. They trail 24-3, third quarter action. And they're going to go back to the ground, and Logan around the right edge found a seam and takes it home, and it's a touchdown, the first of the day for the West All-Stars, and now the lead has been trimmed from 24-3 to 24-9.
Well, Jeff, we talked earlier that they'd only practice really 3 times in 2 days, and you just can't get a whole lot done in that period of time. So really, it took them a first half to really get their execution going, and if they can keep this up the rest of the second half, we're going to have ourselves a heck of a ball game.
2-point conversion good, and that makes it 24-11 as Christakos, who has accounted for 5 points with a 42-yard field goal and a 2-point conversion. And with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3, got a new ball game, though the West still have a lot of work ahead of them here to get back into this game, and they're going to have to do it on the defensive side if they're going to win.
Well, I do want to comment on Bryce Logan, number 7. He really has tremendous vision as a running back. He has shown on several times already this afternoon that he can find those seams.
Oh, here's a loose ball, and Christakos recovers at his own 46-yard line. Not to cut you off, Coach, but what a tremendous play by Tommy Christakos. And boy, if the West can convert here, they truly would be back into this ball game. And this is twice that we've seen an onside kick or an unconventional kickoff that has been turned over to the kicking team. So first down and 10, so they get a fresh set of downs at the 47, and they come out running the ball over the right side, taking off and heading towards the end zone. He's going to be down near the 1, and what a run by Christopher Street, breaking out of the fray, and he picks up 52 yards, the biggest play from scrimmage here tonight.
Jeff, I've never seen a team turn it on like this red team has in the second half here. Just the execution is just totally different than what they showed in the first half, especially in their run game.
So the first time out here called by the Blue East. Both teams have used one timeout. As we come back to live action, the new quarterback, Caleb Jordan, for the West All-Stars, who trail 24-11, but have a goal to go on first down from the 1 of the East. And Jordan calls his own number, running right, and he's into the end zone.
Well, that was a pretty unconventional quarterback sneak right there. Quarterback sneak around the right end, I guess you'd call that. But great job by number 22, Caleb Jordan, of getting his body into that end zone. And he's going to hold now for the great kicker, Christakos.
This is another 2-point conversion. That was not a great snap. In fact, the holder, who was Jordan, had to reach across. Actually, it was Jacob Kaminsky. He had to reach completely across his body, came back, set it down beautifully, and with 2:02 left to go, it is now 24-19, and the West within a possession. As you get a wide shot at the Citrus Bowl, holds over 60,000 fans here. Of course, we're a little shy of that here today for this 2016 National All-Star Game.
Well, we got an exciting game now, Jeff. I'm telling you, when it went up 24-3, I'm thinking we might have a yawner the rest of the way. But we got some excitement with a 5-point lead here, and the red team from the West with all the momentum.
We were talking about momentum after the East had their not their last possession, but 2 possessions ago. They had all the momentum. Here's a short pooch kick. This is a live ball, and the East cannot come up with it. It was recovered near the 33-yard line. Let's see who's the man who jumped on it. It's Ja'Kai Torres.
It looked like Chris Tyree was uncertain whether to go after that ball. He was expecting one of the deep return men to get to the ball. But as we used to coach our guys on kickoff returns, it doesn't matter what position you're in. If you have a chance to get the ball, because that's a live ball once it passes 10 yards.
So Bryce Young is back in there, throwing off the hands of Zion, and it's incomplete. And I think if you ask Zion after the game, he'd say he should have had it.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're behind the secondary, and right now this blue team looks confused. They looked uncertain, and like we said earlier, the momentum is totally in the red uniform right now.
So after the incomplete pass, second down and 10. Smith to the right side. Still on his feet, battling, and he's got 10 yards and a first down.
Well, that offensive line right now for the West has really changed the game. They were being dominated the entire first half. The second half, they've understood their assignments. They've executed them well, and they're giving those backs a lot of running room.
Tucker in on the tackle once again, number 6 for the Blue. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line, still churning the legs and getting it inside the 20 and down to the 18 is Street, Christopher Street, for the West All-Stars.
And I believe that was number 61. Marcus Salazar had a tremendous trap block on that play, the left guard, to spring the running back.
Second down and a long 2. And they run the fly sweep left side. And Buford has the first down all the way down to the 6-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards for Marquise Buford Jr.
And another job there by Salazar at left guard, pulling to the left this time to lead the sweep.
So it puts him in a goal-to-go situation. Handoff, running to the left side, trying to get the edge, and diving for the pylon. He's going to be a half a yard shy, Brandon Smith.
And it was down by contact. That ball did come loose, but it came loose as the ball hit the turf, and that's going to bring them just about a football length away from a touchdown and taking this lead.
Bryce Young, the quarterback, 2 men in the backfield, and they just moved. Is it against the offense? If so, it's going to put them in a 2nd and goal at the 6.
Oh, that is a coach nightmare right there, Jeff Lowery. That looks like the end of the quarter, huh? Oh, my goodness. So they got a chance to flip ends and decide what they're going to do from about 5 yards and a foot rather than 1 foot from the goal line.
24-19, East leads it. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 American Youth Cheer National All-Stars.
We will not be able to play the music. A big round of applause for the AYC 8th grade National All-Stars.
You're watching Arizona's leader in sports video coverage, APM Video, and our coverage of the 2016 Under Armour XP AYF National All-Star Game. Joe Kersting, Jeff Lowery. Glad you could join us here. We go to the 4th, and it's 24-19 in favor of the East All-Stars. But the West, they are knocking on the door on a 2nd down and goal to go from the 6, and they go back to a run play. And now looking at 3rd and goal from right around the 3.
Yeah, that's a huge play here in the game, Jeff. And that blue defensive front really stuffed them that time, but can they do it for 2 more downs?
Young, the quarterback, he'll give the Street, and Street over his right guard hit that A-gap right and didn't get much. Good job of defense. Chris Tyree mixing it up there on defense. So now it's 4th down. The West led 3-0 at the end of 1 period of play, gave up 24 unanswered points in the second, and then into the second half, trailed 24-3. They've scored the last 2 times. Anthony Jordan, the head coach, calling timeout for the Red West. And looking at a 4th and goal here. Big play in the ball game.
And they're in their 2 wide receiver formation with a tight slot. We'll see what they do with that slot back. Good chance to go across the formation, which he did.
And Young gives to Elliott, and the East on defense have prevailed. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, they tried to run a little counter play leading with that wing back, number 1, Marquez Buford, the lead blocker, but that wasn't enough to get that ball in the end zone, and a great goal line stand by the blue team, but they now need to punch it out of there so that they get their chance to flip the field position here.
So they're going to come out with quarterback Khalid Brown, handoff, and straight ahead to the 7-yard line. That's a pretty good play. That's some great blocking up front for Andre Johnson.
Yeah, really nice job by the offensive line coming off the ball. It was just a lead ISO play for Johnson over left guard, and they punched out a nice 5-yard gain.
Good job by Ambrosia and Carter. So 2nd down and 5. This time they're going to run it over the right guard, and the ball squirts loose, and the West has got it.
Twan Flip was the running back, and he took a heck of a shot from the linebacker. I didn't catch his number there, but that forced the fumble, and a great job by the West defense of turning it over. And now let's see if they can put it in from the 10-yard line.
I think Andre Mayberry had something to do with that last play. Now they come out running the ball, and the West fumbles it, but they recover. Well, the East could have used that turnover in that situation, but the West prevail.
Well, Jeff, this is really getting to be an exciting game here. We've got two teams that are just fighting tooth and nail, and right now it looks like Young is back in the formation at quarterback, and there's some confusion. The old line set, but none of the receivers and skill guys know what to do on the play. So we'll see if they're able to beat the play clock here and get this play off.
They got Zion Alafozio lined up in the slot to the near side. And now on play action, the quarterback runs it to the right side, and he's going down. Chris Tyree with the quarterback sack, a big-time play for the East All-Stars defense.
Well, that shows great discipline shown there by Tyree. He stayed at home because it was a naked bootleg coming out the weak side here, but he was not fooled at all and was right there to sack the quarterback.
3rd and goal from the 17. West trailing by 5. They go to Zion. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A spectacular catch in the corner of the end zone. And the West takes their 2nd lead of the contest.
Well, beautifully thrown ball there by Bryce Young. He put it to the outside of Alafozio, and Zion went up there with 2 hands and made a gorgeous catch to put the West in the lead.
Christakos' 2-point conversion is good. It's a 17-yard pass play, and it's now 27-24 in favor of the West with 8:45 left to go here in regulation.
Well, just as we challenged the West team in the 3rd quarter to show their composure to make a comeback, and they did, now it's time for the blue team to see what kind of composure they can have and see if they can retake the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Now Christakos goes with a pooch kick and puts this one out of play. That'll be a penalty. So they will take it, the East that is, at the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10. They'll come out running the ball, good for about 2. Nathan White once again. And this young man, he's like a human missile. And a gain of 2 on the play to the 37 brings up 2nd down and 8.
Well, Khalid Brown's back in there at quarterback, and he's shown some real composure earlier in the game and ability to move this offense. Let's see how he can do here in the 4th.
Keep it on the ground, run it straight up the gut. And one of the hardest runners you're going to find, young man out of New Jersey, Andre Johnson. He's tremendous strength in the lower body. He gets that one across the 40 to the 41, gain of 4.
Huge 3rd down and 3 here for the East All-Stars.
They have 2 timeouts left. We're in the 4th quarter, 27-24. A spectacular catch by Zion from 17 yards out from Bryce Young has put them on top over the East, who throws one long to the near side, incomplete, trying to hook up with Cousins.
Hey, great job there by the West defense, not fooled on that play-action pass. They were in tremendous coverage there, and here's going to be 4th and 3, and they're going for it.
So 4-down territory for the East All-Stars. They're not going to get the penalty. They come out running, and the West prevail. What a great team effort on defense. And at the bottom of the heap, Andre Mayberry, 66, Havea. And that'll be a turnover on downs with 6:46 left to go, and the West will have it leading by 3.
Well, that's the key defensive play of the game right there, Jeff, to stop on 4th and 3. It looked like they went for the hard count. The defense came close to jumping in the neutral zone. They didn't throw the flag, and great job by the defensive front to stop that off-tackle power.
So from the 42-yard line of the East, Red West will take over on downs. They lead by 3 in this National All-Star game, brought to you by XP and Under Armour. And a big run to the right side. This is Bryce Logan, and he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. 22-yard run. And you get the sense right now, Coach Kersting, that maybe the Blue defense is starting to tire just a bit.
Well, I've sensed that for a little bit now, and he really showed it on that play, but here they come right back, Jeff.
Always like to be proved wrong, and Moisen got in there. Tremendous defensive play along with Rangel.
Well, Jeff, that's why these guys are all-stars. Even in 8th grade, they show that capacity for competitive drive and spirit that you think the average young man probably is going to give in right now, but that's why they're all-stars, okay? Because the difference between a good player and a great player is that competitive spirit. It's not necessarily athleticism. There's a lot of great athletes nowadays, are all over the place. But it's those guys that'll work hard in the off-season, they'll work hard at their craft, and that when things get tough during the game, they don't quit, they don't give in.
Cream of the crop here. I would imagine you're looking at the top 5 or 10% in the country. And both these teams talented all the way down the line. Second down from the 22-yard line. Young and playing a little option. And the toss pitch to the near side. And a good play as Elijah Elliott finally wrapped up by Tyree and Connolly. And they're going to mark him down right around the 11. That's an 11-yard pickup, bringing up a 3rd and 1.
Beautiful execution of the triple option there, and a nice pitch to Elliott to pick up that big gain.
And a nice job of waiting for his blockers to do their job, and straight ahead was Logan, and that's a first down gain of 3 to the 8.
Logan and Elliott have been the name of the game this second half for the most part for this Red offense, running the ball, switching it up between the two running backs.
So the West looking to take their largest lead of the game, and Logan takes on a defender, and he's found the promised land.
Well, Logan's kind of a smallish young man, but I love this young kid's vision. He reads those blocks very well. He's got quick feet in the hole, and that's what gets that ball in the end zone. And a nice job by the offensive line. I don't know who the offensive line coach is for these young men on the Red squad, but they made some tremendous adjustments at halftime, and their execution has been just spot on this second half.
Well, Coach Jordan liking what he sees. It is now 35-24 here. It was 24-3 all the way back early in the third quarter. And they have reeled off the West, that is 32 unanswered points to take an 11-point lead.
You know, one of the other issues when you play an all-star game, or any game for that matter, is conditioning. And, you know, I would guess that the Blue team ran out of gas, just physically, that second half, in many cases on the defensive front.
Now here's Johnson, and we told you he's got a strong lower body, and look at this. He continues to drag defenders, literally half the Red West All-Stars. That run was epic. Epic.
Like we said earlier, the competitive spirit of these young men is why they're here, and they're going to have a chance for the next 4 to 8 or more years to use that competitive spirit as they pursue their academic and athletic careers into high school and hopefully college for many of them.
And depending on the strength of the individual players, as we got a penalty marker down here, false start against the offense, depending on the strength of the high school team that they're going to play for next year, probably most of these guys are going to be on the varsity team next year.
Yeah, I would venture to say that from what I'm seeing right here. No doubt about it.
First down and 15. CJ throws, and it's caught by Kevin Ballman, who has 3 receiving touchdowns here tonight. Logan for the Red West has 2. It's 35-24 in favor of the Red All-Stars here in the fourth quarter, inside of 4 minutes left to go in regulation. Duell to the air on second down and 6, and the pass is incomplete. He tried to hook up with Buford.
Well, the outside linebacker came on a blitz that time from both sides. They picked up the one on the right, but the one on the left put good pressure on Duell, and he was able to was unable to get that ball to his receiver because of the pressure.
And that was Zion Jackson, I stand corrected. Quick screen pass, swing pass to the far side, and somehow Chris Tyree got out of it. He was forced out of play by Mayberry. And that play really should have went for about a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, just natural athletic ability allowed him to force the tackle to miss and gain some yards on that play. And this is the biggest play we got left in this game up to this point, with 3 minutes to go, 3:09 you saw there, and a 4th and 6 for the East All-Stars.
To the air, and the pass knocked away by Christakos. There is nothing this young man cannot do on a football field, and that may have just put the nail in the coffin with 3:03 left to go here in regulation.
Well, this has been a tremendous comeback by the West All-Stars. Let's see if they can finish it up strong. They've got the ball at their own 38-yard line. They would love to just keep this ball in their own possession for the rest of the game.
Young throws long and deep, and trying to hook up with Zion. He had it in his hands and unable to hold on. He was tripped up at the tail end of the play. There is a flag down, but this is all the way back behind the line of scrimmage in the area of holding, though it's going to be an illegal shift against the offense, so that's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
that'll be declined.
Yeah, there was some confusion on their trips formation up there at the top, and one of the slot receivers was moving as they put the other receiver in motion, and thus the illegal shift.
Right now you're getting a look at Travion Harris. He plays football in the Chicago area, AYF, brought out here by West assistant coach Tim Hall. This is a young man that battles with autism, but yet he's still dedicated to the game of football. Certainly has been an inspiration for a lot of people involved with this event, and it's just good to see him out here on the sideline. So a conservative run here. Got an 11-point lead. We're inside of 3 minutes left to go. Ja'Kai Torres on the carry for 2. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down, and it's called 3rd and 7. So a gain of 3 on the play. Jumbo package in the backfield, and on play action, maybe a little too much razzle-dazzle, and the East makes them pay. Fine pursuit by Channing Purvis and Chris Tyree, who's had a big second half, number 2 for the East.
Well, Jeff, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a few more plays like that, being an all-star game and very limited amount of time to prepare together as a unit. But overall, the execution on both of these teams has been very, very good.
I would say so, especially with the lack of practice time allotted. Steve Marshall, one of our all-time favorites. He's been a volunteer coach for this event for 5 years now. So the Red West will be punting here, and you got the dangerous Andre Johnson. And a block punt. And it squibs up to the 38-yard line, and they'll be down at the 39, about an 8-yard punt. So 152, still enough time to do it. You're going to get good starting field position here if you're the East.
If they can score here quickly, and with their explosiveness, they're definitely capable of doing that, and then get the ball back for another possession.
And coming in and getting a big-time sack, one of the top defensive plays of the day, Nathan White.
Well, it looked like they had a sprint pass to the left, and the quarterback, Brown, pulled up a little short, and from the backside pursuit, White did a great job bringing him down on that tackle.
What a great solo tackle, and that sets the tone. 2nd down and 17, and the pass incomplete to Dominic Isola.
Well, that was a sprint-out pass to the right, and they kept on the move that time, had no problem with pressure, but a poorly thrown ball there by Brown. One of the few poorly thrown balls of today.
Well, they bring the blitz, and Brown running. Needs to get out of bounds, and does, and actually picks up close to 15 yards on the play. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 33, and it's going to leave him in, well, it looks like about a 4th and 5. So this is the game here as we approach the 1-minute mark here in regulation. this national 8th grade All-Star game. And on 4th down, who's got it? The ball comes loose, and the West All-Stars defense rising to the occasion, and it was Elijah Elliott who helped break that play up with 46 seconds left to go, and it looks like the West will prevail as All-Star champions here in 2016.
Jeff, it looked like they were trying to run the zone read play, and the quarterback, Brown, was trying to keep the ball, and the running back thought he was handing it to him, and unfortunately, confusion on the mesh. And that's a very difficult play to practice and work on in a short period of time.
Well, right now, if you're Coach Anthony Jordan on the West side, you better be looking behind you because they have picked up the Gatorade bottle. That should be the final snap of the game. And here in 2016, the West All-Stars win it 35-24, and there is the bath. And I'm sure you know that feeling.
I've had that feeling many, many times, and it feels pretty cold usually, Jeff, and but it feels awfully good, too.
Well, Anthony Jordan had a chance to get to know this guy this week, and a tremendous guy, did a great job. Congratulations to both teams on a well-played game. Once again, our final score, 35-24. The West wins it. The East got 3 touchdowns through the air. Kevin Bowman, 3 receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns for Bryce Logan for the Red West. We'll have more post-game coverage coming up next on APN Video Sports.
I'm Logan Herman.
Okay. Brandon Smith. Bryce Logan. Jacob Kaminsky.
Marquise Buford Jr.
Andrew Reed. Michael McGivney.
Okay. What was the key here tonight? You guys got down. You're down a few possessions. Then you scored 32 unanswered points.
On offense, it was making our box. We didn't make as many as we needed to in the first half. In the second half, we turned up and we did what we needed to do.
How about the defense?
Man, we just played tough. Nobody had missing assignments. We just locked our mans down and made sure nobody got past us.
You changed up the offense in the second half, didn't you?
Yes, sir, we did. We changed to our normal running set and tried to take out the passes because it really wasn't working for us to cover the defense they were running.
What does it mean for you to play here?
It means everything. You know, football is my life. It's nice to just play on a field like this. You never know. I might not ever see a field like this again. I just want to thank God and my parents.
How about you?
It just fills my heart to be able to play in such a big stadium under the lights and come home with a W.
Okay. How about you?
Well, I mean, when I walked on the field and I just looked at the stadium, I mean, I was surprised that I was actually here. I mean, I've never played in a stadium like this before, and once I got on the field and started going, it was awesome.
What was it like playing with these guys here over the last practicing with them and then playing today?
They're all amazing athletes, and they take everything to the next level. And front line to the running backs to the quarterback, they all knew their assignments, and they're all stars, obviously. So that was good.
Do you think that you think you'll be a better player now that you've played with the top, whatever it is, 5-10%?
Yeah, it's going to keep me working harder and harder, knowing there's always going to be a better man out there, and I got to keep up with the rest.
Well put. All right, congratulations, West All-Stars. All-Star champions here in 2016 AYF National All-Star Game. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. they're all amazing athletes, and they take everything to the next level. And front line to the running backs to the quarterback, they all knew their assignments, and they're all all-stars, obviously. So that was.